Hi everybody, this is Michelle with Creative Operation and Country Craft Creations. Welcome back to week 4, the final week of our Trick or Treat Treasure Team collaboration. I'm glad you're here with me today, and I can't wait to show you how to make these treat boxes. We are going to go through, I'll show you these boxes and I'll show you how much you can actually put in them, and then I'm going to teach you how to make one. If you haven't seen any of these videos, if you just stumbled on this and this is your first video, welcome, and please do check the links down below in the description because we have a playlist of all of the collaborators that have been involved in this. We have our videos in the playlist, so you'll be able to access all of them. And there's a ton. You're going to love it. So week 1 was cards and tags. So we did that. Week 2 was a mini album or folio. That one has been done. Last week we did a journal or a junk journal project. And this week, which is our last week, we're doing boxes, bags, and treat containers. So I came up with these cute little treat containers that I think you're going to love. These are tag shaped, and they're really cute. They have sides that are kind of gusseted so you can fold them shut. This one here I made with acetate paper with spider webs on it. And again, this was a gift from Sheila. And Sheila, thank you so much. This worked out perfectly to make these treat containers. I just love how it turned out. Right now, this one is only filled with tissue paper because I wanted to kind of show off the spider web, but this is really a cute project. Let me get my ruler out and I'll tell you what the measurements are. This is 6 inches tall, 3 inches wide, and it has a 1.5 inch bottom, and you can fill with all kinds of stuff. On this one, I'm going to show you some different ways to close it, but on this one, what I did was I added eyelets to the top, and then I just did a little piece of ribbon through the eyelet, and then you just pull that out, you know, to open it up. And then on the front, I did use a big jump ring that I had in my stash, and I used it with one of the die cut chipboard pieces that says "more candy please," and then I added a little spider, and this came from a spider ring that I got from the dollar store. I just cut the ring part off and then hot glued it on there. And then on the front of it, I also added one of the stickers from the paper collection. This is Simple Stories October 31st, and it's a great collection. I've been trying to you know, smash it along with this particular project, but I still have a little bit left, so I might come up with something else, so stay tuned on that. But I do have this sticker here, and then I used one of my puffy bat stickers from Paper House, I believe it is, that I decorated the front, and it's just really, really cute, and it doesn't take very long to put together. Now this one I made out of the paper, and this one does have the gusseted side, but it's really full, so you can't tell. I was excited about this particular container because I do make treat containers for our trick-or-treaters. We don't get too many of them, so the ones we do get, they get quite a little haul, and this is not even all of what I'm going to give them. So I think what I'm going to do is make more of these and then like put the candy in them so I can, you know, really close them and seal kind of like a bunch of candy in here, and then have other bags to kind of put this in. So this will be kind of like a little added bonus, but it really does hold a lot, and wait till you see. So this one, I also did the hole with the eyelet, and I thread a big piece of ribbon through and then just tied it at the top. I did again use a jump ring, and then I made a tag out of one of the 4x4 cut aparts. And I did trim it down to 2.5 inches wide. I did edge punch the bottom of it. And then on the back, I put a little piece of the orange paper that you could write a little note to. So like if you're going to give it to someone, you could put, you know, to AJ, for example, and then love grandma, and, you know, have a cute little thing there. So then to open it up, you'll just untie it and then take the ribbon out. And then, you know, ta-da, you've got it opened. So let me show you how much this has, because there's a lot. Look how much I stuffed in there. So a lot of the stuff that I do, because it's for little kids, I go to the dollar store and I get these little notebook packs. And this one says, "Eat sweets and be spooky." And then I give them a pencil and a little pen. And this year they had these spider sunglasses, which I thought were kind of cute. I guess they go this way. I thought they were adorable, so I picked up a pack of those. They've got 6 pieces of mini candy. So I did load it with that. So I've got this cute little eyeball ring. They are going to get a necklace. That's one of the things that I did buy. And then this cute little top. So that's how much I did fit into this little bag. So it does hold quite a lot. Now, if you didn't want to put that much stuff in it, you just wanted to fill it with candy, I'm going to put all the 6 bags of candy back in there. And then you can definitely still close this up, and then you can utilize the gusset as well. So it'll close up nice and tight. So it just depends on how much you stuff it. So let me put this off to the side, and we're going to get started with the tutorial. And yes, I am going to wear the ring for the tutorial. So I hope that's okay. Let's start off with the cardstock that we're going to use. I'm going to double check and make sure we're in the video. So you're going to start off, and this is the very last piece of the printed pattern paper that I had. So I have some scraps and things like that. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is cut a piece that is 9.5 wide by 7.5 tall. We're going to score at 1/2, at 2, at 5, at 6.5. Okay, and then because this does have a direction, we're going to need to score the bottom. So make sure that when you turn it, you have the top on the left, the bottom on the right, and you're going to score at 6. Okay, then what you're going to need to do is take your ruler, put our ruler here. This ruler is 1.5 inches wide. I'm going to take a pencil, and then I'm going to just draw a line on those 1.5 inch spaces. Okay, so 1.5 inches is my ruler, so it's 1.5 inches down. I'm going to draw a line, and that's going to be a cutting line that we're going to need. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do is you have the 1/2 inch score on the left, and then you have this square that we've just created with the 2 scores and then that line. We're going to cut that completely out straight, and then cut that score line out. Okay. Okay. So that's the first cut. So you have the 1/2 inch score here, and then the 1.5 inch space here. Now we've got this big 3x6 area. We're not going to cut into that. So then the next area is this 1.5 inch square here. We're going to cut that out. And again, cut the score line out. Cut the pencil line just to that score line, and then cut that score line out. Oops, didn't get that very straight, did I? Trying to get my shadows. Okay, so we got that cut. Then what we're going to do is we need to cut the bottom. So the bottom, we're going to just cut straight up the score lines, okay? Just to the score, okay? So the bottom 1/2 inch, or 1.5 inches, I should say. I'm going to cut that straight up. This will help square the bottom when we go to finish the bottom of it. And then this last little section here with the 1/2 inch, we're going to cut that completely out and just cut it out straight, okay? And then I'm going to just cut that score line a little bit straighter, okay? Really simple to make, okay? So you should have a 1/2 inch score here. Here's your 1.5 inch score, and then you have the bottom piece there, okay? Just like that. That's what you should have so far. All the bottom pieces are cut. So then what you're going to want to do is we need to create the scores for the 1.5 inch sections, okay? We're going to do it on the opposite side. So I'm going to turn this over, and on the 1.5 inch sections, what I need to do first is just with my pencil, mark the middle, which would be 3/4 of an inch in, okay? Because that's half of 1.5, right? So I'm just going to mark at 3/4 of an inch just to get that center. And then I'm going to fold up some of my bottom here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to match this point right here with this point right here. And this is one of the reasons why I have a red line down my scoreboard, is so that I can visualize that. So I'm going to line up the point at the bottom where this wider piece joins this square piece. And I'm not going to fold that up because I don't want to score that part. So I'm going to line up that tick mark with my red line and make sure that the corner is lined up as well. And then I'm just going to score down that line. And you want to do it to the inside because that's going to fold to the inside, okay? And then I'm going to turn it and I'm going to do the same thing. Line up that middle section we've tick marked with the red line, and then the corner, and then we're going to draw that line or score that line, okay? Like that. So again, I'm going to line up that bottom corner with that tick mark, and I'm scoring down that 1.5 inch area, okay? So corner, tick mark, and score, okay? And that's all we're going to do. So then fold up the rest of the bottom, and we'll just burnish that, and then we'll burnish the sides. I found that it's easier to create the box if you do not fold those diagonal scores that we just made quite yet, okay? So just do the straight ones, like so, making sure everything lines up nice and pretty. Okay. And then one more time here. Okay, I'm going to get this out of the way because we don't need the scoreboard anymore. And then what you're going to do is we need to do our tag shape. So I'm going to use my tag punch. You can use any tag punch that you have. And we're just going to, on the 3-inch sides, just punch our tag shape. Now you can ink this if you like. You do not have to. I did ink it on this one. I'm not going to ink it on this one. It's just preference. So now you have everything burnished except for your diagonal scores, okay? It is easier to put this together if you don't. So fold that 1/2 inch in, and we're going to add our glue right here. And then we're just going to fold this in half and glue that down, okay? So then that creates our box, okay? Then what we're going to do is do our sides, or our bottoms, excuse me. So this is going to be my front where it has the haunted house on here. And so what we're going to do is fold the back side first. So here's my front, and when I turned it to the bottom, this is my back side. We're going to fold that in first. We're going to fold those in, and then this will go towards the back side. So it'll give you the nice rounded edge on those sides, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my glue, and because we cut everything straight, we didn't make any miters, this should self-square, okay? Meaning that we shouldn't have a crooked box because the sides are square, okay? So I'm just going to add the glue to the tabs first and bring those in, and those should land nice and flush with that. And then real quick, we'll put glue on this one. And I'm going to turn this over like so. And then what I'm going to do is grab my little dowel that I made to go inside my box, and I'm just going to push that down and get my glue set, okay? And that's it. That's it. Now what you can do is kind of fold your box, and those diagonal scores that we made will fold in nice and easy, and voila, you have your box. So there you go. That is as simple as it gets. It's super easy. Now it's just decorating. So you can do all kinds of different things. You can, you know, like I did here, I added, this is a die cut paper piece. You can put, you know, eyelets, depending on how you want to close it. I have a couple more ideas on closures here I wanted to share with you. So on this particular one that I just made, there's all kinds of different ideas. So you can raid your stash, get out some paper clips, just add like some ribbon or seam binding and tie it with twine, and that would be a really simple closure to keep all the goodies, excuse me, inside. You could put ribbon on here and staple it shut. You can, I dug out a paper clip that is a Halloween style paper clip, and I used a couple of the chipboard pieces and just glued those on there. So this is from the collection. That would keep that nice and tidy. Okay, so you could do that. I had this bulldog clip that's black, and I had some green seam binding. I just thread it through, if you can see, through the bottom here, because the neck here is pretty narrow, so it won't fall off. And then you can use that. I tied a bow, and then you could use that to clip it. So you can do that. You could even add charms to this if you want to. The other thing that I did was with some leftover papers, I made a whale tail out of a scrap of paper, and you could just actually just glue that together. And if you glued it just to the tag, you could thread ribbon through here before you glue that, you know, right through here. And you could tie a little ribbon up here if you wanted to. You could put a hole here and then add charms. There's all kinds of different ways that you can close this. And then another idea that I had for if you wanted to do a hole is to take a binder ring, and you could add a tassel. So this is a tassel that I made, just a real simple with embroidery floss. And then I added some bead and I don't even remember what they call it, like a separator bead. And then I had this cute little, kind of looks like a Jack Skellington bead. And you could actually use this to go through the I'm doing it backwards so just so it doesn't interfere with the tag, and then you could have, like, it not only gives a hanger but it also gives a tassel. So that is another idea as well. So several different ways that you can close these. So again, I tied this one with ribbon like you do a tag, just looped it through, and simple. This one here will thread through, and then you just tie it in a bow. So you need a bigger piece of ribbon to do that. Again, you could staple the ribbon on there, and that keeps it closed until they pop it open. You know, clips, all the things. Okay, everybody, that's the end of my tutorial, and I kind of spread out all of the things that I actually put in this one bag. I mean, the thing was loaded. This is a fun, oh, no, I didn't, because I'm still wearing my googly eye ring. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Please check out everybody who's in the collaboration with me, because we have a lot of different ideas, and I think you're going to just love it. And if you haven't seen the other videos, do check out the playlist link that I have. And I thank you so much for watching the collaboration with me, and I'm going to get busy and I'm going to make some more of these containers, because these are just too cute, and they're, as I showed you, super simple to put together. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. I will see you again soon with more tutorials. Happy Halloween. Stay safe and stay scary. Bye-bye.